Welcome to NDR Signal Exchange, your go-to source for insights on the markets and the economy. In under 5 minutes, we will answer your top questions and cover key trends shaping the financial landscape. My name is Alejandra Grindal, and I am the chief economist here at NDR, and I'll be covering a recent client question. Now, I was actually on the road last week visiting clients, and the most common question I received was, how do we deal with the constantly changing environment and the fact that some indicators that worked well in the past haven't worked so well recently? So for me in the macro world, the example that is often brought up are the recession signals we got from the inverted yield curve and the leading economic indicator in recent years. And they turned out being incorrect. Now, some people think the pandemic sort of changed everything. And in some cases, it did sort of change the way we live and we work. But it is worth noting that this isn't the first time in my career at NDR that this has happened. So some historically tried and true indicators actually falsely called recession well before the pandemic. I remember this happening in 2011 and again in 2016. Now, the way we address this issue at NDR, and this is not just as economists and strategists when we're making a market call, but also in our model building process. And it's through our weight of the evidence approach, which is something that was actually instilled on us by Ned Davis himself. And the way we see it is it's never wise to just hang your hat on, say, one or just a few indicators to make a call. We at NDR look at dozens, if not hundreds of indicators, which is actually the case in some of our models, that represent either a broad scope of the economy or, in the case of markets, a broad scope of research disciplines. And we use that to make a call. Now, if a small percentage of those indicators are leaning in a certain direction, and in my case, specifically like recession indicators, we do start to take notice. But when we see a majority headed in that direction, that's when we make the call. In other words, as the evidence increases, so does our conviction. So a good example is our US Recession Watch report, which has 10 recession indicators we watch closely that represent a broad scope of the economy. So it includes indicators such as jobs, business and consumer sentiment, services, manufacturing sector, even financial indicators. And in 2023, when the yield curve and the LEI were calling for recession, and believe it or not, a lot of economists were doing the same, our weight of the evidence approach just didn't see significant evidence. And we just didn't see broad confirmation from those reports and the indicators we watch to make that recession call. And it kept us on the right side. In case you're interested, we have these reports for many other economies, including the global economy, the Eurozone, the UK, Japan, and even China, although in China it's just a sharp slowdown. So I highly suggest you check them out. So that is it from me today. If you have questions or if you want deeper analysis, feel free to submit your own for our next episode by emailing neddavisresearch@ndr.com. Thanks for watching NDR Signal Exchange, and let NDR help you see the signals.